Hi there, and welcome back for another weekly writing workshop. This week, we're going to be tackling the visual primary source SAQ. So, I'm your A-Push Lady Boss, and I'm really excited to have you here. While I do specialize in AP US history, most of what I will be discussing in the weekly writing workshops are going to be relevant for all the AP histories. So, to get started, I want to make sure that you are joining my email list because then you are going to get access to lots of resources for free. So click the link down in the description below to make sure that you're getting these emails. So first off, when you're tackling the visual primary source, you want to make sure that students understand how to analyze the source. So oftentimes in your class, they're going to be looking at a really complex image. So this is the one that I have selected for period 6 for my students, and it's Thomas Nast political cartoon on the New South. So what I like about this is that it works really nicely with the strategy that I teach my students for observing, connecting, and making inferences. So what you want to tell students to do, and they can follow along on this guided worksheet. This is the free resource this week, so you can get that down in the link below as well. You want to have them first look at the title of the image. So look at the title and then brainstorm content that they already know that could be relevant. Then what they're going to do in step 2 is they're going to choose the most obvious or prominent part of the image. So in this case, it's going to be Lady Columbia here. So they're going to observe and describe the most prominent thing. They're going to connect that to information they already know, and then they're going to make inferences. What do you think this means? How is the cartoonist portraying Lady Columbia? And then what they're going to do is they're going to separate the image into quadrants. So you can have them actually draw on their papers. I like to do this on my smartboard. I have the image up and posted nice and big, and then I draw just a nice big plus across it. And then they're going to analyze each corner of the image. So what is being shown in each corner? Observe, connect, and infer. And this is a really nice complex image where you can see that dividing it into quadrants does give kind of 4 different pieces of information for them to look at. Now, some of my students do still struggle with this idea of making inferences. So on the back of this worksheet, I have provided visual support analysis. So questions to consider when making observations and questions to consider when making inferences. That can really help to guide them through this process. Now, if you are in AP US history, the questions in the last few years have been really static. The first question often is to describe a historical perspective or the artist's point of view. The second question is usually causation, what led to the image. And then the third question is also causation, what is resulting from the image. So you have a guide here on the back then for students to follow, some ideas for them to consider how to answer the response. If you are in AP World or AP European History, I have noticed that the visual primary source questions have changed over the past few years. So you may want to make some adjustments to that part of the worksheet depending on the type of primary source that you are working with. But I hope this was really helpful for you. As always, with my SAQ resource, I also have the rubric and student sample responses for you to practice with your students, and that is linked below. So I hope this was helpful for you. I appreciate likes and subscribes, and have a great day.